Well, good evening, everybody. This is your 270 weather, and I'm Chris Allen. It's Wednesday, October the 22nd of 2025. Thanks for joining me here, weather produce road and beyond. We've got some frost and freeze to talk about. Yeah, the first one of the season so far. And it looks like it's right on cue coming in for especially tomorrow night and into Friday morning. Now, not all of the 270 is actually under any kind of a frost or freeze headline, but it's possible that once we get some new data in, it's we could. I mean, it could happen just based on the temperatures and what we're looking at, how cold it may get here Thursday night into Friday. Now, tonight, I think it'll stay warm enough to where we don't have to worry about it so much, but it could be a close call on Thursday night, tomorrow, Thursday night, and Friday. Let me just go ahead and go to the map, and I'll show you. Here is the advisories, okay? And of course, this is with the radar product, but of course, nothing's showing up on the radar. It's all dry out there, but let me just click on a couple of things. Let's go to Adair County, and you can see that there is both a freeze watch and a frost advisory. We'll start with the frost advisory, and this is going to be in effect from 3 a.m. tomorrow to 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. Central Time on Thursday. Freeze watch, though, is in effect from late Thursday night through Friday morning. So you've got, I'm not sure why they layered those two things together in a few counties, but it is what it is. For the frost advisory, temperatures as low as 32 to 36. So you thought I was kidding when I showed on TV that the temperatures may go 34 to 39. And that's for the Bowling Green area. But this is Columbia, Adair County. Colder there. Frost formation for the freeze watch, sub-freezing temperatures, look at this, of 28 to 32 is possible. Now, I guess that's why they did it this way, is because there may be some locations once you get east of Bowling Green where the temperature could get below freezing. 32 is the freezing mark. If you didn't know that, then somebody didn't teach you in school. They should have. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's where water freezes, the freezing point. So when you get below 32, we call that sub-freezing or below freezing. And when in Kentucky, when you go 28 degrees or colder, that's considered a hard freeze. So here we go. Portions of east central, north central, northwest, and south central Kentucky, even though this does not include the Bowling Green area. So there's your frost advisory and the freeze watch. This could kill crops, especially if you get down as cold as, say, 28. Other sensitive vegetation, possibly damage unprotected outdoor plumbing. So your water pipes and your faucets and your spigots. If you still have, a water hose hooked up to a faucet or something outdoors, I would take that down. The frost could hit sensitive outdoor vegetation, any kind of plants that you want to keep. You need to bring them inside or cover them up. Okay. Now, up here, you see the different color in Hart, Grayson, and Ohio counties. We'll just click on that. That's the freeze watch. So the freeze watch is calling for sub-freezing temperatures as low as 31 late tomorrow night into Friday morning. Ohio, Grayson, and Hart counties. Frost and freeze conditions, again, could kill crops, other sensitive vegetation, and possibly damage unprotected outdoor plumbing. So that's what it means. And it's here. Now, will the rest of the Bowling Green area and vicinity go under either a frost or freeze? Maybe not a freeze, but maybe a frost. Okay. The rest of the 270 right now looks like it may be spared. So if you're really far west of Bowling Green, Land Between the Lakes area, Madisonville, Murray, Paducah, you may get by. I mean, it's going to get cold, and I think there will be touches of frost in a few areas, but here, these are the areas that are really going to be susceptible to a hard freeze or just a good widespread frost. Now, you've got even another different color of counties up here north of the Ohio River and along the Wabash River. That is a frost advisory. I think if we go under anything in Bowling Green, it would be a frost advisory, but they may wait until tomorrow to issue that. If they're going to issue it, it would most likely be tomorrow. So, frost advisory, 3 a.m. Thursday until 8 a.m. Well, actually, this looks like it's for tonight. 3 a.m. in the morning, tomorrow morning, Thursday, to 8 a.m. Okay, Friday, I guess it is. So temperatures as low as 35. So frost expected on Thursday night. And that's for, again, north of the Ohio River and right along the Wabash River. So there's plenty to talk about, plenty to think about, and this is the time of year in which these things are going to happen, and it's going to become more common. Once we get the really first big freeze or big frost, they won't put this product out every single time, but the first couple of times it happens, it'll be something that they headline. So again, Bowling Green, not exactly under it, but I think we're going to get some frost tomorrow night into Friday morning. So you can almost be assured of that. So we'll keep an eye on it, and I will let you know if, especially tomorrow morning on News 40 Sunrise, and throughout the day tomorrow on WNKY News 40. If something is issued, you'll see it there. It'll just pop up. And if you have the News 40 weather app, it would automatically pop up on your phone. So that way you'll know. Well, let's check stuff from today, okay? The high, 66, and boy, did it feel good. I mean, it was a bit breezy, and we expected it to be breezy, but it felt good. I thought it felt good. 66, that's 4 degrees below the normal high of 70. The low this morning, a chilly 46. But some of you started in the upper 30s this morning. So, and it felt much colder where you were. All right. Well, let's move on to the Kentucky Mesonet Network. Let me go over to this screen and let me hit this. And let's go to Kentucky Mesonet. All right. So here we go, checking out the current Mesonet conditions here at 5:57. Yeah, I'm hitting you a little bit early tonight. I wanted to go ahead and get this done. Temperatures right now, as of almost 6 p.m., and there is a gnat. Oh my God. There is a. Why is there a gnat? They're coming in because of the cold. That's probably it. There hasn't been gnats in here until, well, you have to go back to when I first moved in here about 2 months ago. And there were gnats. I mean, swarms of gnats in here every day that I tried to do this and get this thing set up. I got so mad one day, so aggravated, that I just stopped. I just stopped. I couldn't go on because they were just like flying around my nose and my eyes, and you could hear them buzzing around next to my ear. It is the most irritating thing. I think I would rather have flies than gnats. Gnats are just these little tiny, and it's like you try to smack them, you try to, can't do it. Then you try to put out these little things to try to capture them and drown them or whatever. That didn't work either. Spray, no, didn't work. Then they finally went away. But now there's this one. Wherever he went, maybe I did get him, but he was just flying around here. Ugh. Aggravating. They're from the devil. Send them back to hell. Those little gnats. Okay. So here we go. It's 6 o'clock. Welcome into those of you just joining me at 6 o'clock here on 270 Weather. Been talking about the frost and freeze, and tonight may get cold enough for a touch of frost. We're already in the 50s across the area. How warm did it get today? 60s, mid 60s for most of us. How chilly was it this morning? Some of you did start in the 30s. Look at that. 38 in Hartford, in Ohio County, for your low temperature this morning. 38 in Morgantown and Butler County, and even 38 at the Corvette plant here in Bowling Green for a low temperature. There is that doggone die. I want that gnat to die. It's just one. I only see one. Anyway, look at this. Down in Burkesville, as you know, this is the Kentucky Mesonet sensor that is right next to the Cumberland River, and it's always going to read colder than everybody else. 30. 30 was the low this morning at that sensor in Burkesville. All right. The winds today have been breezy. Here are your peak gusts today, and they've been from the west all day at 20, 25, 26, 28, 30 miles per hour. Winds right now are from the west at about 5 to 10, but they're starting to relax, which is good. All right, let's look ahead, check the predictive rainfall. And yes, we are going to get rain this weekend, actually late weekend. The whole weekend will not be wet. I think right now the latest is showing Saturday dry. Sunday, we'll begin to get some rain moving in, light, scattered showers at first, and then it'll pick up in intensity Sunday night and into Monday. Not really looking at thunderstorms. This is all just going to be your garden variety showers. Rainfall amounts next 7 days in this bright blue indicates 1.25 to 1.5 inches. Then when you start seeing some of these purple colors, that's 1.5 to 2. The big rains are going to be down in Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi over the next week. Let's go to the maps. We'll go day to day and hour by hour. That doggone. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right. You know, when you're trying to do this, and see, it went right for my nose. It likes my nose for some reason. I know it's trying to go up my nose, probably. It's trying to find a place to hide. When you're trying to do this and you're trying to make it look good and sound good, and you think, okay, I've got the room, everything's great. And then this one little gnat just flies around. It's like, oh, you evil thing. Okay, here we go. Here is right now, or just about 7 o'clock, here within the next hour. A little trough, not big. Low pressure system over southeastern Missouri. The Boot Hill, as you can see, not producing anything in the way of rain. It's just kind of there, but it's not doing anything. It's going to keep us dry and it's going to keep us cool, but that's about it. May stir up a few clouds from time to time, but as far as rain, not yet. High pressure then follows right behind it, but eventually we're going to get some Gulf moisture. And you begin to see that coming in as we get into Thursday evening, tomorrow evening, but with high pressure overhead, practically overhead, and a cold, dry, clear sky tomorrow night, low dew points. That is the perfect setup for a frost and a freeze. Okay? So that's why it's happening, or going to happen, tomorrow night into Friday morning. Now, as we get into Friday, the high pressure center moves east. We start to see the nice setup for our next rounds, not just one, but rounds of rain coming in late weekend. Friday morning, all the rain will be west and pretty much staying there through Friday night as the system kind of slows down a bit. Here we go into Saturday. Some of the rain works in a little bit closer. You'll notice an increase in cloud cover as we get into Saturday. Here's Sunday, and this is when we'll begin to see, at first, light rain showers. But as I mentioned, I don't see any thunderstorms. I don't see any convective activity. I don't see thunderstorms of any kind at all. This is not that kind of a system. This is just with some rain. This is Monday, and you see it's still raining here, and there's another piece of energy back to the west and northwest of us, and they're just going to keep coming. Here's Tuesday, good coverage of rain in between the warm front and the cold front and a low pressure system. And then here's Wednesday. Low pressure system will be right over southern Indiana, cold front, and it's still going to rain. Looks like it may be just a little breezy as that cold front passes by next Wednesday. So we've got some rain opportunities on the way. How about the blend of models? The blender? Well, here we go. Look at all these 60s, but check out the 50s that are showing up for high temperatures. Look at this. Thursday, not this coming. Well, it is. It's a week from today. Next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, I should say. Today's Wednesday. A week from tomorrow, the 30th, high of 57, and a low of 38. We could be talking about frost again next Thursday into Friday morning. Then a high of 60, then a low of 39, a high of 59 for the first day of November, which is not this coming Saturday, but it's next Saturday. Now, here's Halloween, October 31st, next Friday, a week from tomorrow, is Halloween. And look, we're going to see a high of 60. And then as the kids go out, it's going to fall through the 50s, the 40s, to a low of 39. So it's going to be a chilly evening as you go trick-or-treating next Friday, which is okay. I mean, that's not bad. Now there may be some rain. There's a pretty good area of low pressure that's going to come in. Hopefully it won't be anything too strong, but as you can see there, it's going to keep us cool, very cool, as we head into Halloween next weekend. So that's what's on its way, and it's coming, and it's time. It really is time. We should be, this is where we're supposed to be as far as temperatures for this time of the year. It's just been a little late in coming, but it's here now. So yeah, and some of you I know have already picked up some touchy frost here and there, but your opportunity to get more is just right around the corner. And you know what's also around the corner? That is the time you're going to need at some point a generator. This is when you need to call R&R Controls, because it is that time. The sales event is going on right now. Generac is running a special deal with R&R Controls, a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of a new generator. This is taking place now through November 7th. So when you call R&R Controls and you say, I would like to look at a generator for my home, or I'd like to look at a generator for my business, they will tell you what size generator you're going to need. And Generac has, all kinds of kilowatts of power from small to big to serve whatever needs you have. But look at that deal. 10-year warranty comes with a purchase of, at least as they're showing there, that particular model. But think about that, a 10-year warranty. This is good. This offer is good through November 7th. So you know what you need to do is you need to call R&R Controls, 270-777-2024. It's right up there at the top, right at the top of the screen. And right there above my head is how you can pay for it, how you can get financing through Generac and Synchrony Bank. So if you feel like you need a generator and you can't pay for it all right now, you can get it financed with the Generac credit card. 270-777-2024 with R&R Controls. You'll never be without. And if you get one of those generators with that free 10-year warranty, dude, you're going to be sitting pretty. You're going to be like, when the power goes off, ice storm, windstorm, whatever, you're going to keep going. Your house, your business, it's all going to keep running for no matter how long the power is out. And there was a big power outage today in parts of the Warren Rural Electric area outside of Bowling Green, but it was north, and it took in about 10,000 customers without power. They just got the power back on like an hour ago, hour and a half ago. So people with generators, though, just kept going. Businesses with generators. They just kept going. They didn't shut down. They kept their business rolling, still making coin. You know, it makes sense. Call R&R and let them get you set up. Okay, that'll do it for this Wednesday evening. So we'll just, there is that gnat. We'll just wait and see what happens with the frost. And you know, another good thing a frost and freeze does, it just came to me, is that, I don't know who's calling me. California, I don't know who that is. Decline. Anyway, you know, one thing I thought of is with a frost and freeze, it kills the bugs. It kills any gnats, little flies or whatever still flying around out there. It kills them dead, gets rid of them. Oh, hallelujah. How I can't wait for that to happen. Anyway, you guys have a great evening. Thanks for watching 270 Weather. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.